start. Why are you such an asshole? Anyway, hi everyone. Me arguing with web captioner aside, I hope it has been a good Monday for you. I also hope that it has been warmer where you are than it is where I am, where it was in the negatives today. Music is loud. Because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? 1 second. That should be a little bit better. It also helps if I move my mic a little bit closer to my face. Thank you. So, anywho, I kind of want to jump right in, but I'm going to do something that I wouldn't normally do, which is, it's okay. It, as has been going around, there are streamers with tech issues, and there are streamers that lie. And yeah, I know I have them. So, but anyway, I want to hop right into the game because I want to do some sneak stalking in the game. But I'm going to do something I wouldn't normally do, which is open the game live on stream, because when I set it up last week, I noticed some fun things in the loading screen. Yes, and streamers who got DMCA'd doing dumb things. I mean, really, if you wouldn't do it on YouTube, why are you doing it on Twitch? Don't try to be Mystery Science Theater on Twitch. Just don't do it. It's not a good idea. Anyway, so I'm going to see how this goes. Turn that off. And I'm going to apologize as I transition screens if this gets a little clunky, because I've never done this while I'm still live on stream. So I'm hoping that it'll capture it. And if you lose my face for a second, I apologize. Okay, come on. Game capture. There we go. Haha. Yes. So, as you can see, I got a real big kick out of that when I was loading it. I got a real big kick out of it. So, as I said, I'm jumping right into looking at the bonus features. Okay. Let's see. Side stories. Oh, I already unlocked some. Awesome. Side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay. So I've got 2 so far. I'll play with those in a second. This is the real reason, like the whole fucking ass reason why I wanted to play Plus on stream versus the original game. Now, in the original game, it would direct you in the game directory to go pull up these files and look for things, which I think is pretty fucking snazzy. But now, without having to pull up a bunch of other shit, now there may be absolutely nothing in any of these files right now. And if that's the case, then I may be slightly wasting my time. But I am nothing if not curious and ridiculously thorough. I want to know. There are secrets. I want them. Even if it takes me fucking around with stuff where there's nothing there right now. Because there may not always be nothing there. Okay. Ooh. Hello. Okay. Finally getting to some fun shit. So, meeting notes. Updated development timeline, new tasks, test cases for new genetic model, server time optimization idea, automatic data collection, data margin to encrypt file share Monday. Now, I feel like I need to pause. If there's anybody hanging out who has absolutely no idea whatsoever why I'm looking at the internal files, there are a lot of theories about the metagame involved in Doki Doki. And it is a little bit possible that I could be spoiling some of that, but it's kind of impossible for me to act like I've never played this game before, because I've played this game before at least 3 times on the original version, and there's so much more of this stuff here than there was before. A lot of the theorizing that I got from the first game, outside of some of the files I was able to find on my own, let alone the ones that I was kind of led to by watching Let's Plays, I'll be honest, I found them after watching Markiplier play it, are things that I got from game theory. I'm not too proud to admit that. But it's because of game theory that I want to go digging into all this stuff. I want to know more. I am ridiculously curious about the fact that the in-game folks who are pretending, to have developed this is called metaverse. Like, that that makes sense, given that the idea is, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Just trust the process, I guess, at the moment. Let's see. VM2 roadblocks. Row on VM2, everyone else on VM1 for data collection. Ideas for data search types. Visual readers, audio data, VM environment changes, persistent variable tampering, timestamps, parsing through patterns, no excessive server time needed, meeting over time, you know who went on too many tangents again, I need to be more assertive about staying focused. I wonder who this person is. File copy test from disposable drive to thin client. Boat? Spaceship? Oh, okay. sure this is gonna drive you nutty, Abe. This is one of those times where I will say if there's stuff that chat wants me to poke at, feel free to call it out. Let me know. Alright, I'm gonna cheat. In that I'm not going to open it unless there is a file size. I just want to know. I want to go through all of these before I start clicking some of the other stuff. Because sometimes, just sometimes, they hide things. Because it's like Five Nights at Freddy. Scott Cawthon has trained everyone to go looking through the code. And here I am looking at fake internal files on a fake browser window. Because I am just ever so curious. Like, why make all these folders? Is it designed to waste my time? Or is there going to be stuff in it eventually? And I just don't know. Like, there are so many folders. There's gotta be something in here eventually. Wait. That one only had 4. Why did you only have 4? Interesting. Alright. Game files. Poem words. Oh. Oh, interesting. I didn't know this was in here. Huh. The game gives you a way to cheat. Good to know. I half expected those to be the words that I chose. That's not going to do anything. Yeah. Saves. Oh, hey, look. My saves from last week. Okay. Remember this folder. It may be important later. No new mail. Pictures. Oh, can I download these? No. Darn. Oh, hey. And I have the poems. That's nice. Acquisition procedure. Write a poem for Yuri. Nope. Nothing suspicious about acquisition procedure at all. Random classroom, literature club. Acquisition procedure in Act 1. Call Sayuri for help during Natsuki and Yuri's argument. Hey. Acquisition procedure. Review of file. Review of file poem words for any anomalies. Fuck off. I got called out by the game. So many of these that I have yet to unlock. Don't you fret, y'all. I'm gonna play this game so many times it's gonna get obnoxious. And hey, look at all the pretty music. But yes, as it just popped up in chat, anybody hanging out, can Doki in chat to get the content warning. Also, I'm sorry. It has my actual local time in the bottom. But fourth wall breaks in this game, man. They are something. I'm so glad you say. Nothing else? Do I play the side stories now or do I wait? I'm going to wait on the side stories. Let's get... And now, into the actual game. Alright. Now, like last time, by the end, I'm not going to read all of these words. I'll just read out the ones that I choose. Because I underestimated how much talking I would have to do. So, yeah. OBS for a second. Alright. Untitled Cloud. Landscape. Fireworks. Lipstick. Oh, I can't. I so rarely get to use effulgent in a sentence that I'm choosing it. Beauty. I love when they throw in some of these words like suicide. Just to see if you're paying attention, I feel like. Graveyard is here, so. No. Excuse me, pardon me. Eternity. Infernal is such a good word. Track, but I am being a little bit more cognizant of my word choice this time. I'm trying to see what will happen with something I've never tried before, which is trying to get a decent split amongst the girls. We'll see. Adventure. Bubbles. Okay, I need to know who jumps for Doki Doki. Ah! Oh, dash, but I'm gonna choose Feather. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Takashi. Yo, Sayori. I'm not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason at all. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. And then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. It is a mite colder in here than I thought. Even with... Okay, the phone can stay on the floor. It's a floor phone now. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves the one option. Aww, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Wow, rude. Rude motherfucker. Sir. That was rude and uncalled for. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in the book. In my book. Yuri! Tell Takashi to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like you did, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. I didn't misread the word, y'all. I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. But I have a feeling Yuri is about to correct her. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Let me go for a clean read, y'all. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But, you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Is it because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. It did, actually. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. Pardon me, y'all. It was totally worth it to seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Get you some of that crinkle ASMR because I have this on my desk from when I was working before. So good. A little bit of Reese's treat for me, because why not? Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Oh, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Aw, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Oh. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where is Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Wow, where did that voice come from? Sorry, I'm trying to summon my Monica voice, which is actually my customer service voice. And sometimes that requires me reciting how I answer the phone in my head. Sorry, super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have to have a... You would have heard the bell. You would have heard the bell ring at least. Why was that so... I use too many shortenings sometimes. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Takashi. Monica smiles sweetly. Sorry, y'all. Things that take on a different meaning when you know the twist in the game. I really am trying for this first playthrough, for any folks who may hang out, to not give away the twist. Like I've already mentioned, there are fourth wall breaks. You can see me looking into the game files, but if anybody is genuinely unaware, I don't want to spoil it. You just are going to have to deal with me having a case of the giggles. That's all. I didn't mean any pressure or anything. Don't worry. I've been practicing a lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. This is different. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. But I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening to Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our only chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is, the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? After they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her delivering like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Well, what kind? Ah, well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Sorry, I heard a weird noise outside my apartment. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Blah. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. That's what I do best. That's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? No, every day? That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. Gotta love the phrasing of it's written all over you, and then her going, what? Looking around like it's literally written on her. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I tried to wipe the stain off with my finger, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? super mean. It really is. Dude. Fuck this guy, Sayori. I'll be your girlfriend. Let's go. It's okay. You can be a mess. It's fine. I still like you anyway. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Oop. Nope. Silly. You'll make me feel weird about it, silly. Caught myself that time. Proud of me. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? Sir. I struggle to close the button near her chest. Her shirt's not even buttoned all the way. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It moved. It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because maybe, Takashi, she doesn't want a boyfriend. Hi, Sayori, I love you. Come here. Forget him. Just throw the trash in the trash and come with me. Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I keep it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Eh? Monica suddenly called out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Takashi, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Who should I show my poem to first? I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to get Monica up there first. Hi again, Takashi. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that it's a good So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, you sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy could enjoy sad things too? Girl, Monica, honey. Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way that this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Well, it'll make more sense later why I'm having these reactions. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. You see, it's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes when asking what a poem is about, isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Suki out the way. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And and I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see you recognize my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Ugh, that was unnecessary. But think of it this way: if it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take each other. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. Do you know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggling, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. I'm not going to tell everyone. And I'm going to tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the messaging is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant person. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. Coming for the whole tabletop community there, Natsuki. But that just makes people silly. Stay to the top of the stream. It is very cold here. See, we do a little shimmy as I readjust my wrap. Because I'm cold. Because I don't have my lap blanket and I'm not getting up to get it. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too. That's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm saving Sayuri for last because everyone's compared them. Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good, Takashi. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday? I guess you could say that. I was also a little bit surprised by how differently everyone writes. So I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your readers to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon. Scuttering? This font is a little hard for me to read sometimes. By the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. Whoa. I don't remember this poem from last time. This may be a new one in this game, in this version. But I could be wrong, because I was wrong last time about something that I thought was new and different, and it wasn't. It's been a few years. The moon increments its phases and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread. Fresh and soft, the raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps, I'm merely projecting my emotions onto this newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement, a rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Woo! Well, getting into the salsa stuff now. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Pat, pat, little protagonist, pat, pat. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think that's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way of feeling it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Is that what you're calling it? It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have a lot in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry. I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Who should I show my poem to next? Oh my goodness. This is so good, Takashi. I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Pardon my yawn. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Takashi poem. And that makes it feel super special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs a sheet of paper to her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah. Maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah. Me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want me to write you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy, and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Takashi. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. They come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who weren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. Wow, I did not expect that to make me feel some kind of way. Not in a bad way, but just, ow. That came for me a little bit. Holy crap. Sarah, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, and you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yay! Yeah, writing is the best. Writing is the best. It's hard, but it's also the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. You tell him, Sayori. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit in the front of the room. Is it about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry. I thought you heard it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to repair ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. I remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud for a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then we will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we will be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it takes us standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to get it over with. I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Aw, that's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to go to death lately. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica? This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, She knows how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? go next. Oh, Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Sayuri. You can do it, Yuri. It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her. We were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem close to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Yuri looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I'm up next then. Sayuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one is called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayuri. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayuri begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. This poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayuri is. It's serene, bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayuri's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayuri meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayuri finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayuri. Even Takashi liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that mean? It came out nicely, Sayuri. The atmosphere of your poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Takashi. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Takashi lower everyone's standards a little before I have to go. Natsuki? It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me and making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, this poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down and as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Same! Like, I would be more nervous right now, streaming in front of people if there were more folks I knew in chat, but because there's not a lot of you, and really not anybody talking back to me, it does help me feel a little bit more comfortable. Anyway, well, in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice for the festival, okay? Excuse me. I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. Should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be one of your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? These guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Takashi. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I'll walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's a little bit quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something earlier. Like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, oh man. There aren't a lot of choices in this game, but they count. I originally thought this was going to be a Yuri-centric playthrough, but I think I'm going to go with what I feel like is the true root of this game, which is I would still walk home with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to be really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Takashi. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sorry, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point of speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen at that time? Who knows indeed. Ooh, and parfait, I guess. Whoops. What was that? Sorry for the weird noises. Sunset. Park. Fluffy. I think I picked predominantly Sayori words. Aw, man. And the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked into. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you, of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Because the game is tongue-in-cheek like that, and it's pretending like it was translated from Japanese into English, which it wasn't. But that's part of the joke. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as funny as Yori or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Takashi, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading a little too much into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say that I've noticed anything about her. Goodness me. Maybe I should add gaslighting. Maybe I should add gaslighting to that trigger warning. Cause, ooh, buddy. That's a wee bit of gaslighting. Well, maybe not necessarily. She's not saying there's nothing wrong with her. She's just saying she hasn't noticed. So not technically gaslighting. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Takashi. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. You're sure about that? She seems like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Takashi. Me? How on earth would probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else you know. She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it has always been. You're so funny, Takashi. Have you ever thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? Oh, the trope of the clueless childhood friend. I said too much. Sorry. I don't know what I do. I'm sorry. What do I do? What do I know anyway? I can read. I promise. I mean, I didn't mean to jump to conclusions. You should just forget what I said. I'll try and talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit by myself. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does this feel like I'm being watched? Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I wonder, Mr. Protagonist. Glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. But now it's a little easier for me to do that. From my desk and sit in the one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax. You didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How are you even able to tell that I was thinking that? Well, it's something I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping it to themselves. But if you prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today. But when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something's happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Sorry. I didn't mean it to say it something inappropriate. It's not that. It's just I didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have been friends for a long time, that's all. I see. then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Pardon me. I said pardon me, web captioner, not army. Web captioner. It tries so hard. I have to stop myself from looking at it. But yeah. Sometimes it's just so sad. Anywho. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Takashi. The world is full of meaning, often hidden meaning beneath plain sight. And there are many untold stories behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah. So you think that there might be something behind it after all. I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what will be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't it? Wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. And that's the closest we get to a confirmation as to the pronouns of the protagonist so far. So I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. Oh, sweet baby boy. No, you're not. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off the whole thing anyway. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the cloakroom. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everyone is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Who should I show my poem to first? I'm going to go with Monica, simply to get it out the way. Hi Takashi. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. It's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one that you wrote. You two are like a dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggeration. It's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. Okay then, Monica. I see you. And you can talk to me every now and then too. I'm not unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer. A meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, a victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and fall, and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. Somebody cast Featherfall. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. And I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. It's not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put that much thought into it. And anyway, it's almost paradoxical. Oop! That was Monica. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yes, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you can find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? This one's alright. Oh, Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's, anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems, anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Eh? No, gross. Natsuki, the baby lesbian. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? It's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun hanging out here, and even if I have to put up with you. Wow, the negging comes back. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry. I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurts. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should just really watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing ever even happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go to. A sea reaching beyond your sight. A shore reaching beyond your sight. A sea that sparkles with brilliant light. And walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought you had left. In a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in the sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful. When you press your lips to mine, that I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Yeah. I felt like writing about negative things. I felt like I kept writing about negative things. So I wanted to write something with a nicer message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. It's kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic and then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. Girl, you care. It's okay. It's okay. I understand. Baby lesbian, I understand. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm gonna still save Siri for last. I'm gonna have to wrap up soon, but I'm gonna get through all the poetry readings and then I'll save and see if anything popped up in those files before we find somebody to raid. Well done, Takashi. You've definitely enjoyed your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. It usually is. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been great getting to know everyone and their writing. Okay, Takashi. Okay. And I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Takashi? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. Excuse me. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know. As always, I believe what's more important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. For me to become someone whose opinion is so fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri. It's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just mean that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making. Where the womb of the earth chaotically meets the surface. Sorry. I was trying to figure out, because of the script, if it was an O or an S. Chaotically meets the surface. Under a clear blue sky an expanse of bliss. Beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sand castle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in, or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet we still build sand castles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foaming tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my piece to erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to earth forevermore. Sand castles in the sand. No one's going to understand that reference, but I made it anyway. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Funny, because Natsuki said it was yours. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. Wow, Yuri, that's kind of rude. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. This is your best one so far. It's really nice. It's really, really nice, Takashi. Thanks. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Eh? Of course. Everything's fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Takashi? I'm still a little surprised. I really thought you would try writing your own poems like the way Yuri does, or even Natsuki, but in the end, yeah. I guess you're the one who likes this stuff the most. Who likes this the most? Why? Ooh. Oh, I'm uncomfy. Why don't you want to get closer with everyone else? Wait, of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me. And I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No, Takashi, I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori? I glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori, I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Takashi. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm going to go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Oof. I know it's a horrible place to kind of leave the main story, but it's also kind of the best place story-wise. It's just, ow. Sayori and my baby girl. Yes, I want to return to the desktop. Still the same songs. No new pictures there. New poem. Sayori's second poem. Natsuki's second poem. Yuri's second poem. Monica's second poem. acquisition procedure. Write a poem for Sayori. Back. I haven't gotten any of the secrets yet. I want to know what they are. What are the secrets? Give me your secrets, game. Ooh, but I got 2 new sketches. Concept sketch, the complete cast drawn by Cage Fumi. Acquisition procedure. Select the word Doki Doki during the poem game. Acquisition procedure in Act 1. Tell Sayori would still walk with her home. Well, I've got 2 of them. Alrighty. Alrighty, everybody. So, after doing a little bit of searching about, that I think is where we're gonna wrap up for tonight. It has been a fun and eventful evening. I did decide that I am going to forego my Wednesday stream this week. I haven't updated my graphic yet, but I will throw this on my Twitter. I have decided that my Wednesday streams are going to be bi-weekly, just to give me more time after work, because the turnaround time between when I get off work and when I start stream is pretty tight. So I want to make sure that I have enough time for like dinner and doing stuff around the apartment, and doing that every week might be a little bit difficult, but every other. And next Monday, this is exciting, because it's a bank holiday, excuse me, and I have off of work, I am going to stream a little bit earlier in the day. I am actually going to try an afternoon stream and go a little bit longer. I will put the times out later this week when I have just, solidified it in my brain. But at the moment, I am thinking of going 1 to 3, or 1 to 4, excuse me. So for 3 hours instead of 2, and during the day, and we'll see how that goes. Probably get to the first twist in the game during that playthrough. I may go a bit longer, but I will probably wrap up around 5. We'll see how I feel and whatnot, but actually getting to experiment with breaks and stuff. Anyway, it has been a fun evening with all of you, and thank you so much for coming to hang out. We are gonna go ahead and raid. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and raid over to Rep RPG show them some love. They are in the first episode of their new season of a tabletop game, so be kind, and merry meet, merry part.